Do you ever come to the end of a road and don't know what to build next? Or perhaps you don't know where to start when planning a new Minecraft city? Well, today I will walk you through what I would say is the easiest and best way of designing new urban areas in your Minecraft city. Make sure to watch all the way through. So the first thing to do is to create a map of your city from a bird's eye view. Depending on which version of Minecraft you're using, there are two applications that you will have to download. For Bedrock Edition, go to unmined.net, link is in the description, and download the software from there. Once you've got it opened up, just click on the drop down menu on your selected world and double click on the overworld, because I assume this is where you are building your city. For Java Edition, I'm not entirely sure how it works, but download DynMap, link in the description, and open the world with your city on. Hopefully, whatever version you're on, we now have a bird's eye view of the city. This gives us a great canvas to annotate over and design new areas on. However, to actually use this as a canvas, we need to create it into a photo file such as a PNG or JPEG. On Unmined, you can download your map as a file by going here, changing the area you want to export, giving it a file location, and exporting. I'm not exactly sure how you do the same with DynMap, but I know that if you hold Windows, Shift and S, it will bring up a snipping tool and you can take screenshots of the map. All these screenshots will appear in a screenshot folder in your pictures section of your file explorer. Now we need to be able to draw the plans onto the map, but just before that, please subscribe and like if you're enjoying or found this useful. You can use whatever app you like. Of course, Photoshop is the best, but you can literally use any of them because all you need to be able to do is draw lines. You can even use Paint 3D, which comes already downloaded on any Windows PC. Or what I would recommend is using Pixlr, which is a bit like a free Photoshop and it is very easy to use. Before actually drawing any lines, we need to figure out what style you will go for and what area or district of your city you are about to design. In most cities across the world, they generally follow what is known as the Burgess model, shown here. Obviously, no city is laid out in circles like shown, but it is a simplified diagram of the areas of a city. For example, if we look here at Birmingham, you have the high-rise Central Business District here, or CBD, the inner city with many apartments around here, and as you go out, the houses will gradually get larger. Some cities will have multiple CBDs. For example, London has the city centre here, and just over to the east is Canada Square, which is a completely different area, and New York has Upper and Lower Manhattan. Considering the Burgess model, in the CBD, your roads must be dense and you will want to have alleyways between buildings. You want the majority of taller buildings in this area and pack them in quite closely. Also, there are typically two major types of roads in dense areas. Geometric grids, found most commonly in North America and Asia, and more organic roads, found in Europe. If you want to know more about this, then watch the video in the corner right here. So replicate this when drawing on your map. I use pink lines for roads and yellows for alleyway, but you can use whatever colours you fancy. On the map, I use a grey box to indicate a building, and either a green, yellow or red dot to indicate its height. Red is a high rise and green being a low rise. If you opt for the American design, then you can draw roads facing north-south and draw roads going east-west to create grids in the city centre. If you fancy having to build grids at an angle, you can experiment changing the direction of your roads to northwest, southeast and northeast, southwest. I would say the best way to make the road structure realistic is to use real-life examples by looking at maps. Add buildings, parks and car parks in the grids. As you get further out of the city towards the suburbs, make the grids bigger and add larger car parks and other wider buildings such as bus stations and cinemas. Eventually, when you get far enough to plan out the suburbs, use Google Earth for inspiration towards designing housing lanes. and when drawing in the houses, make each one a different shape but similar design. Also, add plenty of parks for residents to enjoy. Now for your European cities. The design process is slightly different because European cities are generally older. Consider the history of your city when making different areas of it. For example, in older areas you'll want to draw wider, connected buildings in unsymmetrical blocks just like this one shown here. Newer areas will use main roads with multiple lanes, connecting to smaller branches leading out to even smaller roads before they reconnect with each other, like shown here in Waterloo, London. In the CBD, the taller buildings will be found throughout these streets and often have underground parking, but you do not need to worry about this when drawing a plan. When designing the inner city of a European city, make long, irregular rectangular shaped blocks of Victorian terraced housing, as this is what you will most commonly find in places like the UK and Austria. Also, add more modern areas with the same organic road designs as mentioned before. And when planning out the suburbs, all it comes down to is looking at maps for inspiration, as this will make your housing estates the most realistic. So here on my city, I have only planned out a tiny section so far, but this is the CBD where you can see modern European road structure and some roundabouts which are very common in Britain and France. I have also outlined what I am designating as the financial district of my city. So, in summary, if you take all the key concepts of this video and apply them whilst planning out your own city's map, you should be able to generate a realistic and easy to follow map to help you know what to build next in your city. If you want to know what buildings you should build, then watch this video here shown up in the top corner. But anyways, thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you found this very useful. See you later.